Hello and welcome to Making Comics and Art, episode 74. Oh boy. Let's see if this pops up. There's this thing that my camera does. I guess most people don't care. But there's a setting on it to autofocus, and that's the default setting. And for me to not set it at autofocus, I have to actually open up the program and switch it off. What it does is every once in a while, not that anybody cares, but oh, here it is. Okay. Every once in a while, it adjusts, and it's totally annoying. Anyway, okay, I shut it off now. It's also that the webcam program takes forever to load up. It's so idiotic. Anyway, hey everybody, how you doing? This is Peter Palmiotti of Human Art Studios, and today I don't think I can do a long episode. No, I can't. But okay, even before I start inking, I don't want that. I want you. Okay, I'll catch up on some stuff. First of all, please share this video out. Give it a like so that my video across the YouTube gets seen more. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment below the video. It's always much appreciated. And if you want to, show up during my live streams, turn on your bell notification and you will get notified. Having a contest, and here it goes. Oh. Okay, free retro art contest. I'm running it until December 15th, I decided. Thus far, the winners are Aaron, Doug, and John. I feel like I might have mentioned Ronnie, but I couldn't find it in the videos. So, yeah, I might have to take a second look. Okay, so be in the drawing to win a drawing of retro, drawn by Peter Palmiotti. That's me. To participate, simply leave a comment below the video after this current stream ends. The winner will be picked during the next stream, the following stream, and I'll be in contact via social media to the winners to get your mailing addresses. All drawings will be shipped at the same time once the contest is over. Yeah, it'll save me a lot of hassle of going to the post office 100 times. Speaking of post office, I sent out a package over a week ago, and I mailed it priority. I guess priority doesn't mean what it used to mean, because I checked the routing number and it came up. It went, I'm in Camersville, a small town south of Louisville. So it went from my post office to Louisville, then to Lexington, then back to Louisville, then, to the next stop. But it was like, it should have been from my town to Louisville to the next stop. I guess there was a little confusion along the way. But yeah, I don't know. I think priority meant 2 days, but I guess not. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to ship them out the week of the 15th, whatever that be. I don't know. Calendar's right directly behind me. I'm not going to crane my neck. But yeah, so congrats to all the winners so far. And like I said, if you want to participate, then after this stream, I'm not going to go probably past 3 o'clock. On my cover of this episode is this piece, and I posted it around my social media. It was a drawing I did a while ago, and really, I wanted to do it up really nice, and as things go, I forgot about it. But sometime soon, I'll be redrawing it and then really inking it until it's a solid finished piece, and that's probably going to be my my profile pic on various places. I might have to do some digital shenanigans afterwards, because I'm I guess I'll do it as a square piece, and then a lot of profiles are circle images now. Oh, so I see I have one comment. I pinned a comment that yeah, I have a lot I want to talk about. So please leave comments. I will read them after I spill out my guts and talk about what I want to talk about today. One final thing is, yesterday there were 2 events. The first of which was Philip on his CreatorCon event pages, which are on Facebook and YouTube, did a stream talking about showcasing the artists that are a part of it, and some of the items they have for sale and so forth. Me being one of the legendary illustrations or ers. Yeah, it went very well. He had some technical kinks, but he doesn't care about that. And I watched along, as well as some of the others involved, John Henry and Henry Martinez, and there were other people's in the chat. I was watching on Facebook and YouTube initially, and there's a slight delay if you watch on YouTube, I noticed. But I decided to go with YouTube and watch it there and just comment away on various things. So it was a lot of fun. It was a good long stream, and what should I call it? Philip let us know that he got a lot of views. Not as many as some of his other kind of gatherings and whatnot on his channel, but I'm happy. He got the word out about us, being ripped by him, and he showed off a lot of our cool artwork, and I mean, I got to know a little bit about some of the other guys involved, so very, very cool. Excited about it. If you haven't already, follow Legendary Illustrations both on Facebook and on Instagram. And Philip is hard at work making sure that eventually he'll have a website up. So that will be more a place where you can really check out the individual artists, and if the website is good, then what's for sale, what's commissions they've done in the past, and all that sort of stuff. So it was very, very cool. So unfortunately, but not totally, my inking with QQ, Enrique Lopez, on his Instagram channel, I did a interview. It was more a conversation. Unfortunately, I'm a goofball, and I seem to have forgotten that streaming live on Instagram requires you to do so via phone. For some reason, I was like prepping my computer because I'm so used to streaming on YouTube with my PC that I was like, okay, I'm ready to go and blah blah blah. And he's like, wait, you can't do that on the PC. And I was like, shit. So at first, it's like I did recently get a phone. I don't have Instagram on it, and it was kind of near to the time when we would start. So I was freaking out a little bit. But then I thought, well, I do have Instagram on my Kindle, and I pretty much believe that my Kindle acts kind of as a phone. And we tried that, and that worked to a degree. The Kindle's not so powerful. It's actually an older edition. I'm not even sure what year it was, but it was a Christmas gift years ago, maybe 4, maybe longer. Anyway, so I was setting up my art table and how to position my Kindle as I worked on art and as we talked. And in the end, it turned out that I wasn't, there was no video coming through. I was able to talk with him. And so the table wasn't necessary. I was actually standing up. I have my router on top of my shelf unit that really normally sits behind me. So I was standing up and with the Kindle as close to the router as possible, and even so, I was cutting out like every 5-8 minutes, and I have to reconnect and rejoin the the live Instagram feed. But Enrique was non-fussed. He's had that issue before previously with other guests. And we just continued on as best we could, and I would, sort of hear the conversation before I was able to rejoin and sort of pick up where he was. And yeah, that was, it was painful, but it was also, it was good to talk with him. I've had him on my channel previously, and he's a great guy and good artist, and we had a lot to talk about. And he's mentioned that he might be looking into other possible ways to stream online and where and stuff. I do know like Instagram is definitely a good place to stream. Since I'm working, I'll turn this off. Dude, okay. There's my little logo. And yeah, I'll post this for a second. If you're not already subscribed, then I'm trying to pass my goal of 1,000 subscribers. So please subscribe. If you're watching this now or you're watching this later, whatever, may be the case. But yeah, yeah, at some point, I think going forward for at least this month, and this might go into months and months, I don't know, because I'm not having any luck improving my stream quality with my computer and with my internet. It's really frustrating because it was working for so long, and then I don't know what changed. You know, I didn't do any major overhauls. There was a Windows update. I think if there was anything technically different, that's the only difference I really remember. So it is what it is, but I do know, I'll talk to my friend Shelby Robinson, who's currently, I hope it is, I think it's on Kickstarter. It might be Indiegogo. No, it's on Indiegogo. Okay, he has a Kickstarter for Indiegogo called 94. It's basically, you could tell he's heavily influenced by 90s comics, specifically Image. And I actually believe I've been meaning to listen to an interview with him, but I actually believe that he's worked with the Image guys, assisting or what have you. So yeah, you can tell it the minute you see his style. I freaking love his work, and I want to do an interview with him. And I'm thinking the only thing I might be capable of doing is like a Skype interview. So just an audio interview. And if that's the case, then I'll do that and then sort of put together either a video or maybe, I don't know, however I do it. Just have artwork displayed while the audio is going. Yeah, that's for me to worry about. Don't you worry about it. But yeah, freaking love his work. Actually, I updated my Linktree links. So there were a couple of crowdfunders that ended, and there was a couple that started. So Shelby Robinson's 94 link is there, and Lucifer Storm, his project just went live the other day, so you can go check out the links in my below the video. There's a Linktree link. Click on that and get more links. 5 of them are crowdfunders currently happening, so you can go support other indie creators and their works. I'm all about doing that. It just really sucks that I can't do interviews here while I stream, but so it goes. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of little business behind the scenes, getting things organized. Seems like I've been doing that for my day thus far, and so unfortunately I can't stay here for long because yeah, I gotta go to a wake. My friend Lisa's uncle passed away, so pay my respects right after this stream. Meanwhile, what else did I want to mention? Just that, yeah, I've been really busy. It's my goal to really get totally organized and really into a flow of getting a whole lot more work done and cutting out the BS in my schedule. But also like having a schedule that inspires me to not only get better with the quality of my work. And let me tell you, like, I spoke of Legendary Illustrations. Those guys that are part of it, and a lot of them are artists, have definitely already inspired me. I know John Howard for a little while longer than some of the others, and me and him are going to be doing a book together. One of the books that I'll be publishing, self-publishing under Has Comics. So I'm really excited to one day be working with him, especially on one of my own creations, something I'm really excited about that I've been wanting to do for years. I never like it's a concept and an idea, and I wrote on it a bunch of times, but it's not a full-blown script. So I'll be working on that more upcoming. See if we can get started on that. I mentioned to him, let's hack out some designs. Because it's a very specific thing. I won't even get into real details, but it's something he could just tackle without knowing any specifics to my story. So I'm excited to what he'll be throwing me, as well as what the book will look like eventually. Yeah, I love his art, and definitely would love to go in there and ink it myself and all that. So if you're not already a Patreon of my work, I'm looking to get more and more patrons to join, and that will get me to do more and more content. My goal is to work on a webcomic idea that I'll be writing and drawing and posting as I develop it to my Patreon page. Once I finish like an issue, I'll probably have it for them initially, but then available to everybody. So that's a creation I'm calling Worlds. So if you want to really support me, you could do it for $1. You could do it for $5. Get you the videos and the behind the scenes stuff. Then there's a $10 level that if you ever want to do a one-on-one with me, show me your comic, talk about the industry, what have you. I'm always willing to answer questions, and I do that freely. Anybody just drop me a direct message anywhere. But this is something extra special where I set up a video that we both can join, and we have a conversation. I said an hour, but I'm willing to like do an hour and then wait a couple of weeks and touch base with you again. Like if you're looking to improve your social stuff, I can give you my 2 cents and all that jazz. I know I got a lot to learn in this business. And now I'm focused on really wanting to write and pencil and color and publish my own creations. But we can all learn from each other, To me, that's the name of the game. So if you didn't know, this is one of Retro's informers. He's a guy Retro runs into every now and then. He's a bouncer, and we meet him in the first issue, but we'll get to know more about him as the issues progress. So it's sort of my opportunity to do a character both inspired by Jim Lee, by Bruce Lee, as well as Master of Kung Fu, who actually was inspired by Bruce Lee. But I grew up on Master of Kung Fu and Iron Fist, and I guess there were other things out there like it. So you'll get to meet him and get to know him as the issues go on and on. Retro is, after all, an ongoing book inspired by comics I grew up on. And I'm sure once I get some of the issues out, you'll see it. You'll feel it. Be a textual thing. Anyway, so the topic for this episode, and I guess I won't be talking about it too much, but is, I used to have a day job, and I used to have not great credit, but like not bad credit. And it was pretty good all those years ago. And then once I went freelance, it's a whole different lifestyle, a whole different kind of approach to work. And I remember, I think this was my first mistake. I remember, I was either working on Aquaman for DC, or later when I was working up at Marvel and all the various X-Men stuff and whatnot. I wanted to improve my apartment, and I had it wasn't a basement apartment. It was a walk-in in Brooklyn, in Sheepshead Bay. And it was the longest at that point that I had an apartment. So once I left my house in my early 20s, jumped around a bit. I moved in twice with a roommate. Otherwise, I had my own places. And anyway, so I had this apartment, not at the time, but fully altogether, I had it for like, I want to say 9 years, a long time. Anyway, yeah, so I was definitely living there when I was working at Giant, when I was working at DC, then even later when I was working at Marvel, decided to get a shelf unit. I think one of the things was a table, and there was another something. And I don't know if it was, I don't think it was a IKEA, but it was one of those furniture places that sold furniture that you built. And not only was it a mistake for me to buy 3 pieces at once, but it was a mistake for me to buy furniture you built. Because I was pretty busy, and now I only had consistent work pretty much from Marvel and DC, and also, I was doing some independent stuff on the side, so my schedule was pretty full. But damn it, it's like it took me forever to entertainment center. That's what the other one was. So I guess I built two out of 3. I guess that wasn't too bad. Yeah, because during that time I got a big screen TV, and I needed a place to put it. And even though in that apartment, it was a pretty big built-in shelf in the kitchen, like the kitchen eating area, which actually is where I had my drawing table. And the result of all this, if you haven't already guessed, was bad credit. I got those 3 pieces all at the same time, and it might have been at the time where work slowed, because I was going, and you never know what's going to be happening a couple months down the line. Sometimes, I only had one contract, and that was with DC, and that was after doing a bunch of issues with Aquaman. They finally decided they give us a 1-year contract. And I've only had that one contract ever when it came to freelance work. So you could kind of rely on it. But at the time, I wasn't running on any contract, and I believe work slowed, if not totally stopped at some point. But yeah, it was like I didn't pay for it all at the time. I paid for a portion, then was going to pay it off. And all of a sudden, food and rent became more important than paying that off. And I paid the price by, turning my non-credit into bad credit. And it's really easy for living this sort of freelance lifestyle if you don't have multiple streams of income. This is before internet. This is before being able to set up a store online and anything. It's like my one stream of income was inking, and once the work dried up, it was like I'm freaking screwed. It's like I wasn't doing commission work back then. I wasn't that confident an artist at the time. I was just getting by with being a good inker, which was a new skill to a certain degree. But fast forward to today, because I don't have an hour to really get into more details. But my last couple of years, specifically this year, my credit has only gotten worse. This year has been rough, and don't always make the best business decisions. And sometimes I'll align myself with people who have the best intentions. Everybody does, but that don't follow through, don't come through. And right now I find myself waiting on money I was told I'll be getting. I mean, I say waiting, but it's like I'll believe it when I see it, which is a smart way to go. But it's like I have to make sure that I got all my bases covered, and I got new work in, but I might have to top it off with some other work, because I thought I was going to be okay. But looking at the next few months ahead, it might not be the case. I know at some point I'm going to have to make money to pay for the printing and the shipping of the first issue of Retro. And right now I'm just, working from check to check, and that's not going to be anywhere in the foreseeable future unless I get it covered. Like I said, somebody promised they were buying a stack of pages, and I'm still waiting to hear back. Like, okay, I got the money. So meanwhile, I got to make sure I'm covered if that doesn't happen. But what I wanted to get into, and I really don't have time to talk, but is I want to move out of here. So I got to make sure my credit is back to good before I even start looking around at homes to rent. Because most won't even look at you if you have bad credit. Like I said, bad credit is correctable, but so I'll be taking the next 6 months to really correct things and just overall make better money. Because I undercut myself, is really what it comes down to. I undercharge. And I got to realize that, it's good to say no, and it's good to charge what you're worth. And that, you'll still be able to get work. It's okay. It's okay to charge a higher price, because in the end, once I do get a better place, I'll actually be able to set up a better studio, therefore be able to do better work. And therefore be able to make a whole lot more money. Does that all make sense? I hope so. So we got people commenting. Let me get to that. It's all Salazar. Hey, buddy. Hello, Peter. Hello, Frank. Is that a Palmiotti punk? He has a cyberpunk feel to it. Well, it's just something that came to my mind. I really liked it, the design of it. And I was telling somebody commented, and I replied that potentially, maybe we'll see how it works out. If I was going to go to a Comic-Con, whether walk around or actually have a table, I could get my signature and like sort of attach it to my head, so I could be my own profile pic cosplay. And wouldn't that be fun? We're still trying to get Anna to 100 subs. We just announced a Christmas art content. So far, no one has entered. Oh, well. Well, I mean, that's why I thought of making a little, what I was showing before. Let me do that really quick. Boom, boom, boom. Make a little sort of announcement thing where they can read it on screen, or in your video description, exactly what it takes to join your contest. The simpler, the better. So it goes. So hopefully somebody will join it, man. And that kind of great credit. I thought the topic was about being given credit for your work. It's done in a way that the other person or company makes you look bad. Nope, it's not about that kind of credit. Yeah, it's like I in regards to that, I've done plenty of work throughout the years. I always try to make sure that people gave me my full name. That was always my issue. Like sometimes, a lot of times on the cover, they want to put last names. And I was always about, speaking of credit, making sure that it was either full names, meaning Peter Palmiotti as opposed to Jimmy Palmiotti. I wanted to make sure people realize it wasn't my brother, it was me. Or if they didn't go with full names, I at least wanted initials. And my legitimate middle name is Lewis. So if they were only using last names, I would say make it P.L. Palmiotti. And on Aquaman, actually, they went with P.L. Palmiotti a bunch of times. Making better money is good. I tend to undercharge too. Yeah, it's the fault of a lot of us. I'm trying to be better. I mean, that's in part also why I got an art rep, so that I could say, hey, this is my prices, and see if we can get people to buy my artwork or commission me at that price. And also I'll touch base with him to see if market levels level with everybody else, or whatever the case may be. But it's all me. Yes, it is all you, Frank. And Pixel Trader, hey man, thanks for showing up and hanging out. Man, I struggled with credit many years ago. Finally got stuff in order, but it took a long time. Yeah, I hope I can correct my bad credit in a shorter amount of time, having more knowledge over the years. And I'm no expert. I just know the basic way of things, how things work. I guess I can go a little longer, but yeah. I mean, I've known plenty of people. A lot of times it's people that paid their own way through school, have had lingering bad credit. But you know, it's like I got my bad credit from being a freelance comic inker. So that's my only burden. You know, that's my burden to carry. But yeah, I hope I can correct it in a short amount of time. Because the more I think about, you know, taking the steps that I want to take and to get a better place and have a better lifestyle, you know, I'll definitely need to improve my credit. So it's about definitely making a heck of a lot more money than I currently am. Will help me to that advantage. But yeah, this is you know, probably it for today because I got to get going soon. As I mentioned earlier. But thank you everybody for watching. Give the video a like. Comment below the video. Be part of my art contest to win a drawing of Retro by me. Retro being the character, the book I'm working on, Retro issue 1. And yeah, all that stuff and all that jazz. I'm trying to stream more regularly, so perhaps I'll be around again tomorrow. I hope all of you are doing well with your art and your comics, and I'm happy to have you hang out with me, and hopefully you're working as I'm working. Take care till next time, and be well. Boop boop boop. Hit the